Proud to serve northeastern and central Pennsylvania. This is WNEP 16, the news station. Now, Nolan Johannes, Karen Harch, pilot Jack Rulin in Skycam 16, Chief Meteorologist Tom Clark, and Joe Zone on sports. This is Newswatch 16.
Good evening. It's been a perfect holiday to get out of the house.
So that means there's bound to be a lot of cars on the road tonight. Newswatch 16's Valerie Devine is live along Interstate 81 in Lackawanna County right now.
Valerie, how's traffic there?
Well, Karen and Nolan, I'm standing along the Music exit of Interstate 81, and as you can see, traffic really is moving pretty well right now. But at times today, it has been congested, of course, because of the construction, the rumble strips that you hear people going on behind me, and also because it is a holiday. Now, Dunmore State Police tell me the peak of the traffic should be between now and 8 o'clock or so. So if you have an option, you might want to travel a little bit later on. Now, earlier this afternoon, we spent some time driving around looking for traffic tie-ups, and this is what we came up with. The worst spots we found were in Lackawanna County. As you can see, people were backed up along Interstate 380. Traffic backed up as far as you could see. And on I-81 in the construction zones, backed up at the 380-84 split. Traffic not as bad in the southbound lanes, though, as it has been in the northbound lanes of that area. But, of course, traffic has been backed up in some spots for as far as you can see. Now, some other areas we've received some information on late this afternoon. The Mount Pocono Swiftwater area is backed up, of course, because of the Poconos. We hear there's a 5-mile backup at the Lehigh Tunnel of the Pennsylvania Turnpike, and traffic reported to be backed up at the Delaware Water Gap going into New Jersey. Now, construction will make the congestion worse in some spots, but, of course, the important thing to remember is just to be patient. That way you can make sure your holiday is a safe one. Valerie Devine, Newswatch 16, live with the Instacam along I-81 in Lackawanna County.
Thank you, Valerie. Of course, the real meaning behind Memorial Day is to honor our war dead. Parades were held all over our area today to remember those soldiers who fought and died for our country. Skycam 16 was in the air over Wyoming as their parade was going on. The Luzerne County Borough is also marking its centennial celebration this week. Skycam 16 flew south and found another parade, this one going on in Kingston. It's the annual Memorial Day Parade sponsored by the West Side Veterans Association. State and local police, as well as fire departments and the Wyoming Valley West High School Marching Band highlighted this year's parade through Kingston. They marched for blocks along Wyoming Avenue to the 44th Cemetery, where the parade ended with a memorial service.
There was another special service for our war dead in Scranton today. Newswatch 16's Mark Anik was there as the traditional holiday observance continued.
The Memorial Day get-together in the village square, or in this case, Naog Park in Scranton. It's a yearly tradition here, and though there have been hundreds of ceremonies, the idea is still the same, to remember those who fought and died.
We have to remember that if it wasn't for the people who gave their lives, we would be under Hitler instead of having the freedom that we do have today.
That freedom is also important to those who spend Memorial Day relaxing in a lawn chair. People like Jerry Pronko, who fought in World War II.
It's very important to realize what freedom is. And I don't think anyone would realize it until they lose it. And if we ever lose it in this country, we're in bad trouble.
But wife Helen Pronko doesn't think we'll forget about freedom and its importance. In fact, she thinks today people are more proud of the red, white, and blue.
I think there's a resurgence now in the patriotic feeling, more so than we had a few years back. I think everyone's feeling more patriotic.
So as we sit back today and enjoy this day off, people here are asking us to remember those who went and fought, and remember especially those who never came home. Mark Anik, Newswatch 16, Scranton.
Memorial Day is also a time when many people remember those soldiers still listed as missing in action. Tonight, Jerry Gartenberg tells us how he was able to get some information about an MIA for the daughter of a Vietnam veteran.
I know how people must feel in knowing that their men and their sons are still missing in action.
When John Charney returned from Vietnam, his daughter Elaine was 4, too young to know anything about missing soldiers, but not too young to wear this bracelet, a bracelet she still wears in honor of one of those still missing men, Army soldier James Climo.
It symbolizes like a form of hope that James will come home one day, or maybe all the veterans that are missing in action will come home one day. alive.
Elaine Charney hoped to learn more about James Climo than his rank and serial number and when he was reported missing. But the Dallas girl says that's all State Department officials would tell her. I tried the government too, but no luck till I tracked down a Florida organization called Forget-Me-Not. That's how Elaine and I found out where James was born and the spot where you can find his name on the Vietnam Memorial in Washington, D.C. Elaine says she'll go there this summer to place a yellow rose.
I have a yellow ribbon on my tree, but just to see his name up there on the wall and put a yellow rose by his name. Maybe he'll hear me if I pray for him. My prayers are with you, James, and I wish you'd come home. I wish you'd come home to America where you belong.
Jerry Gartenberg, Action 16, Dallas.
Coming up, Cardinal O'Connor meets with the Pope.
Plus, Newswatch 16's Frank Andrews will look back at his trip to Rome. All as Newswatch 16 continues.
I'm a fireman in Massachusetts, but I'm a trailblazer in New York. I love New York.
I'm a CPA in Pennsylvania, but I'm a VIP in New York.
New York is a summer wonderland. Call now for your free vacation guide and discover a whole new you.
I'm a weatherman on TV, but I'm an anchorman in New York. I love New York.
Kool-Aid is the one.
The taste kids are after.
Heading for the fun.
It's big smiles and laughter.
Kool-Aid is the one.
We're all kids on the run.
Pour on the Kool-Aid, pour on the fun, 'cause Kool-Aid is the one for kids. Kool-Aid is the one for kids. Pour on the Kool-Aid, pour on the fun. Kool-Aid is the one. Kool-Aid is the one for kids. Kool-Aid is the one for kids.
Kool-Aid brand soft drink mix.
In Rome, Italy today, a private audience with the Pope for people from New York and Boston following their new cardinals at the Vatican. This afternoon, John Cardinal O'Connor, along with Bernard Cardinal Law, welcomed the Pope in front of people from New York and Boston. It was at the Vatican Auditorium. Along with this audience, the former Scranton bishop officially took possession of his church, assigned to him in Rome, celebrating a mass there and vowing to pursue his anti-abortion campaign in his New York archdiocese.
Our Newswatch 16 team that was in Rome all last week covering the consistory and events leading up to it is home tonight. Frank Andrews, producer Ken Med, and photographer Bernie Jellig brought us live and taped reports via satellite from Vatican City following Cardinal O'Connor. Tonight, Frank shares with us some of his memories of being in Rome.
St. Peter's Basilica is one site in Rome I'll never forget. And not just because it's the world's largest church, but because it's filled with art, with history, with reminders of the roots of Christianity. There's so much to remember about Rome. Once-in-a-lifetime experiences like Wednesday's papal audience, where tens of thousands of people gathered at St. Peter's Square to be with John Paul II. I also bring home with me special memories of John Cardinal O'Connor, the former Bishop of Scranton, the Archbishop of New York, the new Cardinal. He was so gracious to us in Rome, taking time out of his hectic schedule 3 different times to talk about his experiences in northeastern Pennsylvania with Newswatch 16.
Scrantonians know that that's where my heart is, with due deference to New York and even to Philadelphia. I kind of lost my heart in my 8 months in Scranton. It was a wonderful life there, and I'll never forget those people. I've moved on now to other people whom I love very much, but all of you in Scranton know how deep my feelings are about you and how grateful I am to you for teaching me how to be a bishop so that I could then to move to New York.
But one highlight of the trip had to be Saturday's consistory, the special ceremony elevating 28 men to the College of Cardinals.
Ad honorem Dei omnipotentis et sanctorum apostolorum Petri et Pauli, tibi comitimus titulum sanctorum Johannes et Pauli, nomine Patris et Filii et Spiritus Sancti.
I still can't believe I had the chance to interpret the Pope's sermon, to narrate the ceremony along with Nolan, Johannes, and Monsignor McGowan. It's the ceremony that made history.
The trip to Rome will always be special to me, and the pictures and memories of the Eternal City will be with me eternally. Frank Andrews, Newswatch 16.
Thank you, Frank.
Terrific job.
Yeah, excellent.
Yeah.
Next, meteorologist Tom Clark, who will be taking credit for this beautiful weather we're having.
Yeah. I'll tell you, what a day, Tom.
Couldn't have been better for the preview of summer, the opening weekend of summer.
Right.
So nice, in fact, we have the annual Weather Watch 16 backyard barbecue underway. While the coals are getting hot, but the thunderstorms are getting big. I'll be right back.
Where do you taste New Hills Brothers instant coffee?
How do they make it taste so good?
The beans.
New Hills Brothers Instant is terrific.
Hey, how do they make it taste so good?
That answer your question?
New Hills Brothers Instant tastes so good because I'm so picky about the beans.
How do they make it taste so good? Don't ask.
New Hills Brothers Instant.
Planning to move in, Harry?
Oh, Rosie, you know I live out of my briefcase.
Harry, your coffee is heading for home.
Quick, Rosie.
Relax. Bounty's so fast it gets spilled before they get away.
Hey, fast towel.
Bounty's the quicker picker-upper. Follow me. You see how much faster Bounty soaks up liquid? The other towel pushes it along and lets it get away.
Bounty is the quicker picker-upper.
Right. Now, you want to rent that booth? Bounty gets spills before they get away.
You want a mower that's going to last. That's why Gilson built this sturdy rear-engine rider. It's got a heavy-duty channel frame, not a tube frame. You get an 8 or 11 horsepower industrial commercial engine, standard. It's quiet, smooth, and dependable. And mow? Gilson mows circles around the competition.
For special savings, see your Gilson dealer or call 800-362-5662.
Out to the backyard, and guess what's happening? What are you doing out there, Tom?
Oh, I'm cooking you a hamburger, Nolan.
Wonderful.
You bet. I know Karen likes hot dogs and hamburgers. Well done, right, Karen?
Yes, well done.
Black.
Thank you.
I know how you like it. Well, it's hot out in the backyard now. We have some very dark clouds looming overhead, and they don't always mix with backyard barbecues. We'll take a look at the color radar image and burn a hot dog here. Let me first tell you the temperature in my backyard now. Over the grill, it's about 98, but in the shade, it's 81 degrees. The humidity is 42%. The wind is out of the southwest at 18. That wind gusting to 27 miles per hour, and the barometer is falling now. High temperature 82 here in my backyard, 58 the low this morning. The records 90 and 35, and a year ago today it was delightful. A nice shot from Skycam 16 showing the golf course getting very green. With a little bit of fertilizer, that is, there hasn't been a whole lot of rain. The radar image is coming up next. I want to show you that not much is happening now. So if you're in the backyard enjoying a barbecue tonight, no need to worry, except if you live over in Pike County. There are some thunderstorms there over the northern portions of the Poconos. They're moving off to the east, but there is nothing in the area now to the west of those thunderstorms, but we can see them on the satellite view coming up next. Now, thunderstorms right there heading into western Pennsylvania, and the National Weather Service has issued a severe thunderstorm watch in effect until 11 o'clock tonight for portions of the Channel 16 viewing area. Center County, Lycoming County, Juniata County, Northumberland County, Snyder, and Union counties. The threat for some severe thunderstorms between now and 11 o'clock tonight as this front moves down towards Pennsylvania. It will be through by 9 o'clock tomorrow morning, much cooler the next couple of days. So this is the last summer-like day we're going to see for the next 3 or 4. Now, coming up is my forecast for tonight. Some downpours scattered around, especially later on tonight. Maybe even some hail with some thunderstorms coming in later on. Scranton 58 by morning, 55 Towanda. Cool start behind that front. Mainville, Columbia County 59. Roseto about 62 tonight. Lock Haven 59. The wind will be shifting after midnight coming in from the north. Now we have a sunrise and sunset time tomorrow, 5:34. And the sun sets now at 8:26 tomorrow night. Now, check the board out from the top. thunder showers around later on tonight, and low temperatures will be down to about upper 50s tomorrow. More showers around, a gray sky. It's going to be cooler with highs only in the low to mid 60s. Not too bad on Wednesday heading into Thursday. More rain is possible Friday at this time. So that's it. I hope you're enjoying your holiday festivities. And we have one well-done hot dog back here. That's for Karen Harch.
Okay.
Right.
Please come out at the end of the show. We'll have a feast.
All right, we'll be out.
Okay.
Put some onions on for me, will you?
Okay, yeah.
Thanks, Tom.
Coming up, Joe Zone says it's also a Memorial Day to remember in sports.
There's a lot of baseball and an incredible amount of Boston Celtics on the Sports Watch next.
Wash and go. On the go with wash and go hair. Let it show with wash and go hair. Everywhere that you go. The wash and go hair lets them know.
Pert, that's what you want for hair on the go. Pert adds a drop of instant action conditioning, so all you do is wash and go.
Wash and go hair looks good on you. With style and freedom. Wash and go with Pert. Wash and go. Celebrate great days, come on.
Sugar-free crush is here.
No saccharine aftertaste.
Celebrate great days. Here's really great news for you and me. Sugar-free crush is saccharin-free. It's got a great sweetener they call NutraSweet. All natural flavors, a diet taste treat. Come on now.
Celebrate great days, come on.
For home products, buy where the builders buy. Mariotti Lumber in Old Forge and any of our area dealers.
Turn your kitchen into a decorating showcase with great savings on Merillat kitchen cabinets. Select from dozens of new kitchens or have one of our professionals design a kitchen just for you. 18 feet of quality Merillat kitchen cabinets are easily affordable, starting at just $10.99.
Your new kitchen is waiting for you at Mariotti Lumber Company, Old Forge, R.P. Hoover Kitchens and Bath, Du Bois Town, and Wyalusing Planing Mill.
Alpo presents How to Make Your Dog Smile.
See, I told you he smiles when I give him apple beef bite treats. I didn't see a smile. Give him another one.
He smiled at me. I gave him an Alpo beef bite treat and he smiled. Yes, he did. If you want to see a happy dog, give him Alpo beef bite treats, made with real beef, the taste dogs naturally love. Okay, big smile. Watch the beef bites. Give your dog something to smile about. Give him Alpo beef bite treats.
During my career, I've used Benjamin Moore quite a bit.
Professionals know nothing covers like Benjamin Moore paint.
First thing I go for is Benjamin Moore paints. It just lays out like cream. It's just the smoothest stuff. I walk into your home, and I take Benjamin Moore with me, brother, and you got a nice home when I finish. All my jobs after using Benjamin Moore have been perfect.
Make painting easier. Talk to an expert, your Benjamin Moore dealer.
See the complete line of Benjamin Moore paints at Fink's Paint Store and McAndrew & Sons.
Geisinger's Dynamic Duo.
Tonight at 7. Unusual for NBA playoffs to start on a Monday, right?
Memorial Day, they didn't want to go head-to-head with the Indy 500 or baseball, and boy, did they have the show today. What a show. Wow, somebody lit a fire under the Boston Celtics. They played today as well as a team can play. What would you have said if someone told you the Celtics would win by 30? Yeah, you do what I do. Check to see if the straitjacket was unfastened. Celtics today in Game 1, 148-114. Ainge early to Bird. He had 15 points in the first quarter, Danny Ainge. Celtics hustling Parrish. Wedman had 11 of 11 from the field, if you can believe this. Look at this guy from out there. Bang. 79 points at halftime. They had a 30-point lead at the half. And those were both records, by the way. And Mayor Jack Nicholson on the road today with the Lakers. And I agree with you, Bud. Time to take the plane back. Bird to McHale. McHale had 26. Just a blowout. Game 2 is Thursday, and the Celtics and Lakers are going to think about this one for quite a while. 1-0. Boston leads it. Good news and bad news for the Phillies today. First, the bad news. The pitching was horrible. Good news is, so was San Diego's. Phillies win it with a run in the 8th. Final score, 10-9. Mike Schmidt had 3 hits today, including his 6th home run of the year, a 3-run shot. Phillies lead 9-6, but after the game, they say they are going to make Schmitty go over to first base. Rookie Rick Shue will now play third. Bobby Brown's double tied it right here, but the Phillies win it in the 8th. Final score 10-9. Let's go to the scoreboard. There it is. Phillies with the win. And remember, Schmitty will go to first base. American League. Toronto, Chicago postponed. Boston beat Minnesota 9-2. Cleveland shut out Milwaukee 8-0. Baltimore, California 4-4. They're now in the 8th. Seattle 4. Detroit nothing in the 4th. Everything checks out. Danny Sullivan is the official winner of the Indianapolis 500. Sullivan took that checkered 2.5 seconds ahead of Mario Andretti for his first ever Indy win. He even survived a 200-mile-per-hour spin. Well, I'll tell you, that spin almost took Sullivan and Andretti out of the race, but instead, it's a big win.
Well, I've got to give him a lot of credit. He leaned on me pretty hard going into turn 1 and got me down on the apron, and then I pinched it a little bit too hard and lost it, as you saw. But he did a good job in avoiding me, or he could have taken both of us into the wall and had a big, bad time for all of us.
The Preakness, remember, wasn't quite as much fun this year because Kentucky Derby winner Spend a Buck wasn't in it. That's because Spend a Buck was in New Jersey today looking for a win and a $2 million bonus. Watch the stretch run. Spend a Buck, middle of the track. He led the whole way, but never by more than a length. This is a tremendous stretch run. Watch it. He's right there. He's being pressured on the inside. He's in the blue. Watch the horse on the outside. But it's a $2.5 million total purse as Buck wins the Cherry Hill, the Garden State, the Kentucky, and the Jersey Derby. What a stretch run by Spend a Buck. The heck with the Preakness, take the Bucks. Special Memorial Day racing at Pocono Downs today. This is the 6th race. The favorite is the number 2 horse, John J. Regal, and he's the winner. The 2-7 exacta pays $22.60. The Daily Double, 3 and 4, comes in at $14. Favorites won today.
Yeah, Spend a Buck. What would he have had if he had won the second part of the Triple Crown?
Well, you get the purse, about $700,000. The thing about that, if you win the Triple Crown, you set up for a stud fee, which might be worth $7, 8, 10, 11 million. But that's a maybe. This was a lock today, $2.5 million.
If he would have won, which he did.
Which he did.
Okay, thanks, Joe.
Thanks.
Still ahead, having some fun in the holiday sun.
We'll take it easy when Newswatch 16 continues.
No matter how many miles you drive, 200,000. Your car will never run longer, 300,000, than your Midas muffler guarantee.
Trust the Midas touch.
What are those, Grandpa?
Forget-me-nots. I used to give these to your grandma when we were courting.
Courting?
That's the old-fashioned way of sitting with your sweetheart, sharing some ice-cold lemonade that'd cool you off just like the good old-fashioned taste of country time.
Are those get-me-nots for Grandma?
They're for my other sweetheart.
Also try sugar-free Country Time drink mix with NutraSweet.
Tastes like good old-fashioned lemonade. Again and again, your car's best friend is your Kelly man.
Attention owners of RV, light truck, camper, and off-road vehicles. Jack Williams has a great deal on the Kelly Safari RVR steel-belted RV radial, an all-position tire with a big wide footprint and raised outline white letters.
Again and again, your car's best friend is your Kelly man.
Jack Williams Tire and Auto Service Centers in Wilkes-Barre, Kingston, and Berwick.
I got my license to eat. You know who gave it to me? Wendy's. Wendy's has a new light menu. Hundreds of lower-calorie salads with new fresh fruit and pasta salads. Wendy's new light menu even has a lower-calorie multi-grain bun. Thanks to Wendy's light menu, I've got a license to eat.
Try Wendy's new light menu.
Well, here we are. It's been a beautiful day to enjoy the great outdoors, and I'm sure everybody has been doing it, but I don't know where you are right now. There's a cloud over Avoca right now.
Yes, we're getting rained on here. I think we have an umbrella coming.
Right.
Just don't want the food to get wet. That's the most important.
No, that won't get wet. That's right. Guard it carefully.
Well,
All right,
set to
here we
go.
go. All right, I'll take care of this, Karen. You take care of the rest of this.
Okay, Tom, tell us what you're cooking up here.
Oh, would you mind leaving first, please? I appreciate
Yeah,
it.
it's not supposed to rain on Memorial Day, Tom.
Ballpark franks and some hamburgers with all the condiments and is that the right word? mustard and
Joe's getting a head
relish,
start
a
on
whole bit. He's all set to go.
I feel right at home with a hot dog. I really do.
Yeah, we wonder why.
All right.
We don't have that much rain, actually.
Well, that is our report for now. We're going to enjoy our picnic. I hope you enjoyed yours. And as we leave you, we're going to show you what some people in our area were doing on this Memorial Day.
We'll see you on the update.
Enjoy your evening.